Welcome back. You're watching KTN News Desk. Now, the National Lands Commission is on the spot yet again over 1.5 billion shillings land compensation, whose valuation has raised integrity concerns. The money is part of the 3.3 billion payment for the 13.8 acres on which Ruaraka High School and Drive-In Primary School have been sitting on since 1984 and 1987, respectively. Mark Namaswa is following up on this story.
Can you be able to prepare a report to this committee showing when were Drive-In School, Ruaraka School, when were they constructed on this land? What nature of agreement existed between the two primary schools and the county government, which then was the county city council of Nairobi? You know, what arrangement existed between the two and ongoing? Then because to construct a school and such developments, you require approvals from the county government. Who proffered the documents that assisted in the process of approval of construction of the schools on land that was owned by other people, that are owned privately? And further, lastly, Chairman, can you confirm that according to your investigation in the course of due diligence that you have not, and you do not have any evidence that there existed any arrangement of either surrender of the land or an allocation of that land to the schools, and that there was no compensation done at any other one time before by the previous city council to the owners?
Chairman, maybe just to add for, when you are preparing that report, I heard you mention that the GSU camp was compensated. Could you also indicate when it was compensated, the valuation by then, and the value of compensation in that report?
A very short one, Chair.
I think he's taken quite a number of questions from...
No, just so that they can put it together.
Yeah, and then...
Compulsory acquisition. Do you gazette it or you don't? If there's any gazettement which was done, please produce it.
Mr. Chairman, all these questions and the details that are being asked, I think we had already pre-said that we will give the details of these documents. So I think what Senator has done is to serialize what we should be looking for which we thank him for. But we had already said we'll get, when we say we'll get the history of the entire parcel of 96 acres. That one will be able to tell us GSU was done in this year, the first owner was this one, he transferred to who on this one, the school was built in this year, the chief's camp was built in that year, was there any compensation for that? I think that is all consolidated in that request for us to get more information. On the issue of the gazette notice, is straightforward. Even in these documents we have the gazette notices. When a request comes, you have to provide two gazette notices. One, to inform the owners of notice of intention to acquire, which we have. Secondly, to inform the owners of the date of inquiry, where they'll be required to come and provide details of their ownership, even what they think they should be paid, and so on. Those ones are already there. When it comes to valuation, the comparables that are given, I said in the beginning, whenever we are valuing a property, valuation is estimation of the value of a property at a particular point in time for a particular purpose. Even if structures were constructed in 1990, but you are required to value them today. We have a formula of valuing for today, because valuation you value at the time. Okay? So, we said we value properties. There are two types of properties. There are properties There are many types of properties, but I want to stick to two. There are properties which are vacant, bare land. You look for comparables of land that is comparable to that, even if the land was constructed on. Because I said, when you're valuing properties that are developed, you value the developments, give a value. You value the bare land and give a value. So you combine now. If it's a developed property, you say the value of land is 20 million. The value of developments is 15 million. So total value is 35 million plus 15% disturbance. It is international valuation standard requirement that you must give 15%. Okay? So which means these comparable values were disaggregated. That means they were separated from development values. If Garden City was valued